What's up guys, Kevin with On Point Pro Styles in Gainesville, Georgia. Wanted to do a little video that's maybe kind of educational or for me just kind of fun. I bought a tint toolkit and some window film off of Amazon, and I want to use them to tint the back window on my little shop car over here and probably a door or two, just to compare professional tools and professional film over what can be purchased on Amazon.com. So there's a bunch on there, a bunch of different kits with all kinds of different tools. I went with one that made the most sense, that had the most in it, that was more universal rather than buying multiple kits. And I'm gonna show you those to you. So this is the toolkit that arrived, and it's packed full of stuff, so we'll go through each and every one of those. And the film that I selected was a film, let's see, you can see it's just kind of rolled up with some plastic on it. The seller is MK Brother. When I did some research on their seller page, they seem to sell a lot of film, and they have actually decent ratings. This is a 36-inch by 15-foot roll. It is 5% VLT, and it says it blocks up to 50% of heat, which is pretty neat. It doesn't say what it's actually made of. There's a small mention on the ad that their films are made of dye, so I would imagine this is a dyed film or maybe a carbon dyed. I have no idea. So I don't know how thick it is. It doesn't say. So we're gonna shrink it and see how it goes. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty, this is the actual Amazon listing and the price that I paid. You can see I purchased it on October 10th and it arrived a little over a week ago. So now I have time to make this video, so kind of excited. But anyways, this is all the tools that came in the kit. So it looks like it's got a wide array of things that we can use. Some we don't. It does say it does have vinyl wrap tools in it, so there's a few things that we're just gonna nix right off the bat. But primarily it has this wannabe side swiper and this wannabe slammer, because I didn't want to have to buy another kit with like a fake bulldozer and such. So that's the kit we bought. This is the film that I purchased at the same time. MK Brothers 5% VLT, 36-inch by 15 feet. Heat and UV block professional window tint. Pretty high per square foot because we're buying a shorter amount. That's usually the case. But as you can see, you can buy a full 36-inch by 100-foot roll for only the low of 117. Okay, so heat resistance 50%. Interesting. So we're gonna put that to the test as well. And then something else mentioned here, our window film is formulated with traditional manufacturing processes whereby the dyes and adhesives are mixed together. But I don't know any dyed film that blocks heat, so this will be interesting. The reviews, I took a look at some of the reviews. This is just obviously on their one listing. They have many, many listings. And it seems like the people that were most disappointed were people that knew nothing about window tint, as would be the case with, I would believe, any tint, be it professional or bought online. So for that reason, I thought, why not? People that are saying it's great either used it on flat glass or maybe knew something about window tint and installed it in a car, so why not? This must be the film for us. Okay, so this is how I figured I would play this out. We will take my tool pouch with the tools that I use every single day on every car, and we will replace each and every tool in here with something as close as we can comparable out of the kit. Now, like I said, the rear tools for the rear window or windshield installs, I use the automotive bulldozer. Sometimes I'll reach for the Titan, and I use the side swiper a lot, but we're gonna replace these as well with whatever's in the kit. So I figured we'd start with the easiest and go ahead and replace my actual branded side swiper, my Titan, and my auto bulldozer with the closest equivalents. So starting with the side swiper, we will go with the unbranded Amazon side swiper. So we have that as at least a look-alike compared tool. This one will be interesting. I do use this quite a bit. Didn't come with anything like this, so we're gonna go with the Slammer, I guess is what they call it. It's, again, this is all off-brand stuff. This is not the branded stuff, but I believe the actual name for this is a Slammer. So we'll use that. This isn't every job, but I use it quite a bit. We'll use this little guy. It's called a block squeegee. Again, it's an off-brand product, but we'll throw that in the arsenal as well. All right, next let's knock out the tools in my pouch. But first off, this is my 1-inch cleaning scraper. It did come with their version with some blades, so we'll use that for prepping. Now for the tools in my actual pouch, I have a Fusion Shorty handle with the orange crush, my go-to. Love this guy. That's what we got from Amazon. It's actually not a terrible handle, feels pretty decent. But the blade is very, very, very rubbery, almost plastic rubber, but that's what we got. That's what we're gonna use. So in the pouch, this is my yellow shank. I don't think there's anything special about this yellow shank, especially compared to the one I pull out of the kit. They almost feel identical. Maybe this one's inferior, I don't know. In the pouch it goes. Next, my Olfa blade, I'm sorry. It's a NT red dot with the NT blades, the stainless steels, 60 degrees. Love this. Let's find what they give us. Here it is. Okay. Not terrible. It has a stainless steel click knife in it, much like the red dot that I use. Let's bust this bad boy open, actually. So, interesting. It has the classic micro clicks like the Olfa red dot. Did not expect that. So this blade it's definitely thinner, not as thick as a red dot. So I wouldn't imagine this would last too long, but it's loaded with carbon 30-degree blades. So for that case, we're not gonna use any of the blades. We're actually gonna use some leftover Amazon blades from one of my classes a student brought in. We found out that these are inferior compared to the quality NT blades. Because these are in fact from Amazon, we'll use these. So there's our knife. All right, next up, let's put that in the pouch. I use a MacTac soft card for shrinking. That is not in the kit. I will miss this. The closest thing they have, I can choose between just this blue hard card, or I can use this felt wrapped hard card. We're gonna go with the felt wrapped. So in the pouch goes. That's everything in that pocket. All right, great. So I use this on quarter windows. It's a Fusion Turbo Pro, the orange, which is a little bit harder diameter. Let's see. Really nothing compares, but this at least has some corners on it. So we'll throw that in the mix. Get rid of this. This is my blue tri-edge I use for installing window tint to go down the sides and swipe down the edges. Guess we'll have to use a knockoff contour card. That's all we got. It's not flat, it's actually rounded on the sides, but it's soft. It feels like it'd be okay to use on window tints, so we'll get rid of that. This is my cleaning squeegee, very hard, from Pro Tools Now. Extremely hard, sharp green card that I use for prepping the glass. That one feels pretty hard, feels like it would scratch tint. This scratches tint, so I'd say that's the closest comparison. We will go with that. This is my gator blade, again, I use for prepping. There's really nothing in the kit, so we're just gonna mix this all together and just stick with this card. All right, and then I have my pink branded chiseler. We'll get rid of that. They have, looks like a knockoff chiseler, so we'll use that. And then I have a purple PPF squeegee I love using on quarter windows as well. It's a great set squeegee to use as well. So we're gonna nix this. And there's really nothing else in this kit other than maybe this knockoff Conqueror. So I'll just throw this in the mix, so at least we've got it. So we've got a full pouch of tools that we can switch between. So the rest of the stuff that's in this kit looks like it's pretty much just for wrapping. Again, I don't see a reason for this. This is like an X-Acto type blade. This has plastic squeegees, scrapers. We don't need it. Film cutter, that's kind of neat for like vinyl, and it also works on window tint, but we're not gonna use it. And then a tuck tool. So all the rest of this we're not gonna use. We're gonna fill the pouch with all the tools that I showed you, and we're gonna tint this car. Okay, so without further ado, I've got the car ready with some glass aid around it. It is 5% film, so I would imagine it's gonna be very hard to see through to make the cut. So I'm gonna go get my dry shrink solution put on the glass. We'll get the film open, take a feel of it, see what it's like, cut us out a piece, rough cut it, and get ready to do the back glass. It's thin. I know it's hard to see, but it's looks very blue. So let's go. Blue card go? Already, I don't like the knife. It's very light and just feels really cheap. And the film, super, super thin. I'd have to think this is a 1-ply. Just feels with the liner like tissue. I hope I rolled it out on the car properly. Yes, so good. They at least rolled it with the tint side down. Tissue paper. So I'm wondering if it's even gonna shrink. Oh, smells bad too, but let's keep going. So another thing, I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but there's handling creases. Just to give you an idea if you can't see them. Crease, 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 all the way across the length of this film. So it may have happened when they rolled it up or after they rolled it up, it got bent a little bit. So already, that's not a good sign. Does it shrink? Jeez, let's find out. It's so thin. Incredibly though, it is actually shrinking, which is a good sign for anyone that does buy it. and expects to install it on a vehicle, especially a rear window. Shrinks fast, of course, because you know it's as thin as tissue paper. If I ruin it, I really don't care. I'm going forward with this entire install. I've not used a thin film like this in a very long time, and I only used it for a very short time, realizing it is not the film for me. So it's shrinkable, I would say, on a very, very, very professional level. I still burnt and creased it down in that corner. It shrinks really weird, but very fast. And it smells pretty bad while it's shrinking. So I'm gonna get this trimmed out, attempt a double shrink, maybe, and keep going. So let's try to double shrink it a little, because that's what I do. Crease is gone. That was a pretty big crease. Surprised. So I'm gonna spare you guys the prepping process. I'm just gonna get in the car, clean it up some. This is actually a class car, so that back window's been cleaned so many times. But anyways, I'm gonna get in, we're gonna squeegee it. Biggest thing is let's get the film into the car, squeegee it down, and see how well that goes. Okay, I squeegeed down the inside, cleaned it up. As promised, I only used the tools from the kit. Yuck. Let's get it peeled and installed. Oh, mercy. Very hard to peel. Yikes. See if I can even catch this. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it is tissue paper and it stinks. Jesus. Come on, lay flat. Wow. All right, let's go. Oh, I can't even handle this film. This stuff is amazing. I don't know how they sell so much of it, honestly. Unless it's people doing flat glass. Even then, it's pretty garbage. It's the best view I can give you. Maybe you can see that bluish color to it. This squeegee sucks. This film is extremely thin. I can't even say it looks nice. The color alone looks like just, I don't know, just very ugly color. So it kind of looks like we can just get away with using this side swiper on the bottom due to this awesome car where the tail light has been removed. If the tail light wasn't removed, I am not sure that the slammer would do the trick. Installed. Let's take a look on the outside. Let's wipe this down and see what it looks like. So from the outside, it's black like we want our tint to be. Badly hazy looking out, so I'm gonna imagine this has a very, very bad low angle haze. Not dot matrix friendly, so the adhesive is not all that strong. And then those creases I pointed out earlier, some are gone due to the shrink, but a lot are still there. But I would say that if a DIY person was able to do this and get this result, may be very happy with it, but as a professional, I'm not. But yeah, it's a eye opener to see what this stuff that sells quite a bit on Amazon feels like, smells like, shrinks like, installs like, compared to the professional films that I use in my shop every day, which, by the way, comes from tintdepot.com. They're all premium films in their premium lines. They're thicker than this, they're more durable than this, they look way better than this, they don't smell, and they shrink super, super easy. I give this a 2 out of 10, honestly. So let's go ahead and make it official. We'll tint this rear roll up and this quarter glass. Okay, so I have my 2 cut patterns. I like to do my quarters. I like to put them here and peel them, air peel them from there. So I'm gonna do a quick shrink on this. Okay, let's install it. Okay, I've given you the best view I can. Wasn't sure if it'd be better on the outside of the glass, the inside of the glass, but I'm just gonna go to work. I'm gonna install the quarter first. I've got my roll up over on the peel board, so we'll just rock and roll and get it done. I do like this as a cover. It's pretty convenient. So anyways, let's prep this glass. Amazon scraper, Amazon 1-inch blade. It actually has a very nice feel, I'm not gonna lie. All intents and purposes, these have already been cleaned, so I won't go much further than that other than using my scraper like the green one to get in behind the seals. Ugh. All right. Paper, like not paper, shoot, tissue paper. I would probably stuff gifts with this. I feel like I'm going to crease this all up, most likely. It is what it is. Coverage, no gaps. Okay, so what do we have to squeegee that down? Not a lot. This, I suppose. Huh. Okay. Well, good news is it's working okay, I guess. For good measure, we'll use this thing. Really just kind of hammer it down so it don't slide around. Okay. Now, we don't want to scratch the film, so we're going to move to something a little bit softer. Getting behind this, whoops, wow, yeah, it doesn't stick very well. Getting behind this seal, bottom, there, across the top, and all right, that one's done. Let's do the door.
Well, they're tinted. And actually don't look half bad. The color from the inside out is just garbage. In my humble opinion, very, very, very blue, very thin, just like tissue paper, but nice, rich black color on the outside. Tucked, I guess as good as we could expect it. I'll give you a close up. There's another angle. So did it work? Yeah. Still say it's only as good as the professional installing it. DIY user, no way. Well, we got the back window tinted, we got the back roll up and quarter window tinted. I am not impressed. We'll finalize this all up at the end of the video, but last but not least, they claim 50% heat rejection. Let's see. All right, so I've already set everything up. Got my BTU meter here, British Thermal Unit reader, which will measure an amount of heat. This is just the bulb itself, no slide. 261. I do have it probably from the bulb 5 or 6 inches away. So for reference, piece of glass, not tinted, 205, so fair enough, 205. This needs to read 100. 100. Okay. Wow, 188, down from 205. Heat rejection? Ouch. Not even 10%. I did a BTU video on the films that I use from Tinting.com, specifically pointing back, if I remember right, to the Superior Charcoal, which is a premium dyed film with a lifetime warranty. I want to say the 5% blocked like 13%. So, wow. How could I forget? So about the same, 4% applied to glass. So it's a rich dark film, blocks pretty much no heat. And to be fair, let me take you back to the listing in which I purchased the film. So here it is, you can see last purchased on October 10th, 2022. This is the film, the exact film that I ordered, and that is the one that's selected. And right here, yikes, heat rejection 50%. That's a no from me, dog. So, that being said, closing arguments. It's from Amazon. I really didn't expect much more than that. Not to say everything from Amazon is bad, but when you're in a professional field such as this, professional tools and professional films go a long way. So, can't always believe what you read on the internet. All right, so let's compare a couple of tools. This is a real Conqueror. This is the one that came in the kit, which is a knockoff. The plastic feels different. This feels much, much harder, more rigid, scratching some tint. The rubber side of this feels, well, like rubber. You can actually sort of transparent see the plastic beneath it. This is a much more rigid rubber. I can still see that the bumps from the plastic, so they're made crazy, almost identical, different specs and all, but not terrible. If that's what you had and couldn't get this or don't have this, will it get the job done? Yes. What do I recommend? Pro Tool. These. The real Contour, the knockoff Contour that came in the kit. Again, spec-wise, not the exact same. Even on the website or even on the listing, they call this the Contour. They call the side swiper the side swiper. Wow, pretty bronzy. But anyway, this is very soft. This is a much harder card. I would believe that this would probably leave some scratches on tint, so therefore I wouldn't use it for what I use this one for, but this one's really soft. So
Will it get you by? Yes, it absolutely will. What do I recommend? Go with the real stuff. On the listing, they call this the side swiper. On this tool, it is called the side swiper. Is there a difference? Obviously the build quality is much different. The standard blade that comes in these is a blue blade. I will say though, the blue that they use in this is much stiffer, much harder, so a better quality. The blades that are in this, garbage, terrible. So that being said, the plastic handle, it'll work. I think that the plastic on this would probably be more brittle than the plastic on this, giving this more of a braking capacity above this one. Will it get you by? Yes, it will. What do I recommend? Professional tool. This was the slammer that came in the kit. I'm actually not mad at this. Feels like a pretty decent tool, I think. And I don't know if this is the current model, but this was one that I bought for a long time ago. I never use it. I've never found a reason to use it. I think they're called slammer. I could be wrong, but they did call this in the kit a slammer. So I would assume that's what this is. So spec-wise, not much different. Actually very similar. And to be honest, if I had to choose one or the other, in this case, I would choose this one. So the shanks, really narrowing this down. This is the one I use every single day. It's nasty, it's dirty, it's scratched up. A little more flimsy. This one, not so much. Maybe because this one's so much more used. Other than that, either one. And there's so much more. I can't compare everything, but this little scraper tool that they had in there, they called it a scraper. It's pretty good. I mean, I like this one better. It's thicker, but it's really sharp on the edge. So you can get a lot more kind of oomph on your push. This one's really thin. But again, same thing. Will it get the job done? Yes. What do I recommend? Professional tool. Knives. Last but not least, there's so much more, but let's just cover this. Amazon blades in the black and yellow. Well, the blades in the black and yellow, I forget what numbers they are. Black and yellow cases that they come in are no good. Number one, they're inferior. You can feel that the blade itself is different. They do not line up when you need to snap a blade. They do not line up with the edge of the knife. So you're supposed to put enough blade out, for example, that this back edge lines up with the knife so that you can take your snapper and snap it off clean. These tend to be either too low or too high, and they're very hard to snap, making it kind of dangerous. The knife handle itself, if it's all you got, use it. But man, is it super lightweight, feels chintzy, but I won't completely harp on it because it's okay. But as a professional, you get very used to the weight of these, the balance of these. You can just tell that the click, at least in person, just seems more durable. And then these blades compared to the professional, these are the ones that I use anyways, the BO50S, the BA50SS. There's a huge difference between these and the Amazon purchased blades that are not these. So, it might still be on the car, but that scraper, not bad. Feels really good in your hand. It has a cover on it, so tool makers take note. I do like that. I might actually continue to use that, for nothing else, just to see how long it works. So anyways, that's the film and tools from Amazon on this vehicle. Am I impressed? Not in the slightest. Would I ever use something like this on a customer's car? Not even on my own car, not even a neighbor's car. Just no. Go to tintdepot.com, find all the tools and tint that you'll need. They even have budget-friendly films that are still 10 times better than that film, and all the brand name tools you could ever want. There's some other tools that are not name brand that are good remakes of the originals. So I'm not taking those out of the equation. I'm simply using what I received in my kit from Amazon. Everything in that kit, if I didn't have any of these professional tools, and that's all I had to install some professional film, you'd totally get the job done, as you saw. Not much for rear brake lights and things like that, so all things to consider. But yeah, I'm a professional here in my shop. I couldn't rely on knockoff tools and things like that, no matter how much more cheap they are. But check out tintdepot.com. Tools aren't very, very expensive for the most part anyway, so it's not a huge investment. The film, that's where you really invest some money, but if you invest the proper money in the right stuff, it's gonna be better for you and your customer. So that was fun. Man, that heat reading, wow, that was something. Reach out to tintdepot.com. Any questions you have, they'll be happy to help. They'll help get you started really, really easy. If you decide you want to buy from them, it's super easy. Go to tintdepot.com, select your items, and make a purchase. If you have questions about this video or any other video that I've done, reach me on social medias. I'm on all the majors. Comment here. Happy to help. Again, Kevin Rogers, On Point Pro Styles in Gainesville, Georgia. Until the next one.